Hello, everyone, and welcome to my predictions for Wrestlemania. So here we go. This is going to be our real first normal size Wrestlemania since 2019, if I am in fact correct. In fact, let's find out, where did WrestleMania 2019 I think it took place in New York. So now it's coming to memory. Yeah, now I remember. It did definitely happen in New York. See, MetLife Stadium. So that's technically New Jersey, but hey, how much can AT&T Stadium fill anyway? Let me just find out. Yeah, so about 80,000 people could be expected for both tomorrow and then Sunday, because of course I want to get this video up today, of course, given that nothing really happens the 2 days before the show normally. All right, and in fact, when Smackdown was on in the good old days, it was always pre-taped. Maybe something shocking would happen. That way we would be enticed to buy the pay-per-view, but nope. Going to be exclusively streaming on Peacock, unless somehow, some way your cable or satellite or telco provider decides to let you purchase it, because why would you want to spend the amount of money just to get, the pay-per-view when you can just stream it online for cheaper? Okay, so here we go. Let's go into tomorrow, April 2nd. Let's go into what the matches on store for Saturday. All right, here we go. First up, let's talk about the uninteresting match of the night, and that should be Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. Now, obviously, they've done a good job giving a good storyline on Smackdown, but it's not really interesting because we know who will be the winner of this match. And honestly, it will be Drew McIntyre, and it will be Corbin's first loss in months, because remember, since he won his Money in Vegas supposedly last year, from what the storyline has told, Happy Corbin has not lost a single match. So we're going to go with Drew McIntyre for the win here. And who knows? Let's say if Roman does win, then, or if Brock wins, because somehow, some way, I think Drew will compete for the Undisputed Championship. It will happen down the line. Especially because now Drew is a big part of SmackDown. That's the way it's going to happen, I think. Next up, we have what I'm looking forward to I guess I really, in theory, have 3 things I'm looking forward to on Saturday. So, here's the first thing I'm looking forward to. Stone Cold Steve Austin's going to do Watch Kevin Owens on the KO show. But no, reality, yes. Stone Cold Steve Austin will be making an appearance tomorrow at AT&T Stadium in his home state of Texas. Now, the Rattlesnake's been busy doing his entrepreneurial things. He's had a reality TV show in the past couple of years, but rumor has it that they're trying to make Stone Cold a full-time competitor. The whole point that he retired was because the doctors told him that his spine couldn't go through any more rigorous action. So that's why Stone Cold had to retire. Unless the doctors gave him medical clearance recently, just like how they did Edge about, 2 years ago? So I think it will be a very interesting segment. I think a lot of words will be spewed between these two men, Kevin Owens and Stone Cold. At the end of the day, there will be a part where, there will be a beer toss. And then Stone Cold's just going to stun Kevin Owens. It should be a good segment. I'm looking forward to it. They're just doing it so that way they can fill the card for Saturday, I guess. I don't know, but anyhow, next up, Seth freaking Rollins has been added to the card per order of Vincent McMahon. So if you didn't see what happened on Monday, Seth Rollins went to WWE corporate in Connecticut to discuss a possible suspension or a fine for the reckless action Seth Rollins has been doing, but Vince decided, you know what? I need another match for Saturday. I can't suspend you. I can't do anything. So you're going to go in the ring and face someone. And I think it's going to be the return of Cody Rhodes, because Dave Meltzer a couple of weeks ago mentioned that Cody did sign a deal to return back to WWE. So obviously the fans want to see it. I want to see it. I think it will be Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. And obviously, I think it will be Cody Rhodes who does end up getting the victory, because in the past couple of years, we've seen what has happened to Seth Rollins. He's lost the majority of his WrestleMania matches. So, Seth really hasn't had a notable WrestleMania win since WrestleMania 35, when he opened the show and defeated Brock Lesnar. So, it looks like for the third year in a row, Seth freaking Rollins is going to lose at another WrestleMania. Alright. Now let's get to the other pointless matches. Next up we got the Mysterios, Rey and Dominic, taking on The Miz and YouTuber Logan Paul. Which, listen, New Yorkers do not like two people. Logan Paul, and then you got Trae Young. So, thank goodness Trae Young's not at WrestleMania. Oh boy, that would have been a problem. But anyhow, this should be an easy win for the Mysterios. I think that down the line, this will put them in the Raw Tag Team Championship hunt soon rather than later. But the Mysterios should win. They need this momentum right now. And for The Miz, it's just another jab match. He's been a part of these the past couple of WrestleManias anyway. So, why not just give the win to Rey and Dominic? Okay. Let's move on to the Smackdown Tag Team Championship match. So you have triple the amount of people competing. You got the Usos. Oh, okay. So hang on here. Let me just see something. Is this part of the match or no? I just want to organize this correctly. Oh, okay. So this is a different match. Okay, got it. So let's just go to the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match first. The Usos taking on Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm sorry, but if I do the squealing like Rick Boogs does, it's going to hurt my voice. But yes, I think these two have definitely earned it, given that they are really good, hard workers in the ring. We've seen Boogs compete recently, so I think this is going to be the moment to shine for Nakamura and Boogs. I think they will win. The Usos' reign will end here. And you know what? Too bad for the Usos, because a lot of us like Nakamura and Boogs. And it would be a very good moment to have Nakamura and Boogs win their first ever tag team titles. So I think that will definitely happen. Another tag team match, you got King Woods and Kofi Kingston taking on Sheamus and Ridge Holland. So the New Day will be taking on the Brawlers, as I like to call them. So, this is where Sheamus and Holland lose to the New Day. And, you know, for the New Day, certainly down the line this year, they will be in the picture for the title contention for the Tag Team Championship. But for now, will be a good win for them to give them momentum down the line. So, they are victorious. Now, let's give the women their spotlight. We have Big Time Bex herself, who just got some new hair thanks to Bianca Belair cutting it off recently. So, Bianca's not going to win. If anybody thinks that Bianca is winning, you're not thinking straight or something, because this is where Becky wins, and this is where it leads to my theory about title unification down the line. Just like how they're doing it with the men's belt. On the SmackDown side, you got Charlotte and Ronda. Now, first of all, for Raw, Becky will retain, and this is where it leads to my theory. Charlotte Flair taking on Ronda Rousey. So, Ronda is going to make Charlotte tap out. However, I do think, and this is where it leads to what's going to happen the night after Raw, you are going to see Becky and Ronda in the same ring. I think they're saving it for the Raw after WrestleMania. They want to save that moment so that way it's, you know, something memorable. You got to have something memorable. The Raw after WrestleMania, I mean, all the great moments in the entire year happen the Raw after WrestleMania. It has to. So, now, with that being all said, we know Charlotte is going to lose. We know Bianca's going to lose. Let's move on to Sunday. So, first up, let's go to what I think will open the night. I think it's going to be Bobby Lashley versus Omas. I feel really bad for Bobby Lashley. He's not going to win. I think Omas still remains undefeated. It's going to be very unfortunate. Look, I like Bobby. Don't get me wrong. But, I don't know. If Bobby pulls it off, I will be very happy. But I just don't see Omas losing. I mean, they're building him up. I mean, he's certainly talented. There's no question about that with his height. But still, I mean, Shane McMahon saw something in Omas. There has to be a reason why Omas doesn't lose. Now, here comes a goofball match, as I'm going to call it. Patrick McAfee, the former NFL punter, the current color commentator for Friday Night Smackdown, taking on Austin Theory. I think Pat will win. Just because I think it's going to be one of those feel-good moments you want to see at WrestleMania. So, that's where I am my theory there. Okay. Next up, we're going to go to Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. Another feel-good moment, I think. The celebrities are going to shine at this WrestleMania, I feel. Most of them will. But Knoxville's going to be one of those other celebrities, I feel, that will benefit from being on the card. I think the Jackass himself will win and defeat Sami Zayn. Rumor has it that Adam Pearce is considering making this a no-holds-bar match. Could happen. I think it will be a no-holds-bar match. There has to be some kind of stipulation that you add to this match here. But I do think in the end, Knoxville outsmarts Zayn in a no-holds-barred. And I think Johnny Knoxville does win. Next up, we have Edge, who has turned heel once again, taking on AJ Styles. Edge gave himself an attitude check, basically realizing that he cannot play the hero anymore. In order to defeat AJ Styles, he must cater as a villain. So AJ is now the face. Edge is now the heel. Now, I think what will happen here, I think Edge will win. And the reason why I think Edge will win is because this is what's going to lead to what happens the night after WrestleMania. I think what management wants to do is keep this rivalry going for a while. They want something a little bit consistent on the card for a while. I mean, I don't know WWE's pay-per-view schedule that well, but I'm thinking they want something for the next pay-per-view. So, I think the Raw after Mania, AJ Styles cuts a promo, and he's going to want a rematch against Edge. I think that will happen. Okay, now we move on to the championship matches. Let's give the women their spotlight. Queen Zelina and Carmella taking on the team of Sasha Banks and Naomi, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, and Natalya and Shayna Baszler. I think Sasha and Naomi will win. I think you need a new breath of fresh air in that tag team division. And we saw what happened on Raw last week. I mean, it looked like they were going to break down. Both Zelina Vega and Carmella are just egotistical. There's no way that tag team can last. Versus Sasha and Naomi, I feel that they want to build something for the future of that division. So why not give the belt to Sasha and Naomi? Now, on to the Raw Tag Team Championship match. RK Bro taking on the Street Profits and the Alpha Academy. Now, I would love to see the Street Profits win again, but I've enjoyed RK Bro. Randy Orton and Riddle have such a good chemistry together. Maybe down the line another tag team comes to them that they feel that can be good. You know, I have a feeling we're going to see an NXT tag team challenge them down the line. And I have a feeling that RK Bro is going to end up on NXT down the line. Maybe for a couple appearances, because obviously, look where Dolph Ziggler is now. He's in NXT, and he could easily find a tag team opponent. So, RK Bro wins. It leads to what I think is going to happen with a crossover event where an NXT tag team is going to want to challenge RK Bro the night after WrestleMania. Now, is it going to happen on the April 4th episode? We'll have to wait and see. And lastly, your main event of the evening. A winner-take-all championship unification match between the Monday Night Raw WWE Champion Brock Lesnar and the current Friday Night SmackDown Universal Champion Roman Reigns. So, we know the circumstances that has led up to what happened here. It's been 3 months since Roman Reigns tested positive for coronavirus. And obviously, we know that at the moment, and this is the true story, that Brock won the WWE title at day one. I took a brief pause there because I got so excited thinking about what has led up to this moment. What has led up to Brock wanting to, take on Roman? That's because Brock Lesnar, after losing the WWE Championship to Bobby Lashley and then gaining it back down the line, Brock won the Royal Rumble in January and wanted to face the SmackDown champion. So this is where it's led up to now. Who do I think will win? I would like to see Brock win, but I don't think it's going to be Brock. I think it's going to be Roman Reigns. Because down the line, they know that they want The Rock to come back. Dwayne The Rock Johnson wants to face Roman Reigns. It's going to happen. We don't know when, but obviously until the time is filled, Roman wins, and then Drew McIntyre comes out on Raw and wants to challenge him. So I could see that more logically happening. So, sorry, Brock. Your winner and your new undisputed Universal Champion will be Roman Reigns. Which we're not going to look forward to because now we're only going to have one champion. Which is not going to be fun. I'm not looking forward to it. Not one bit. So, there you have it. My predictions for WrestleMania 38. Now, to note something very important here. Now, you may be wondering, are we going to have a 7 p.m. start? The answer is no. Because it looks like both Saturday and Sunday, we have an 8 p.m. start. And Saturday will be crazy, given that a lot of people are going to be scrambling to watch both WrestleMania and what could potentially be Coach Mike Krzyzewski's last game for the Duke basketball program in the Final Four tomorrow. So, with that, we wrap this up. Enjoy WrestleMania. Remember, it's only on Peacock. If you're watching my video outside of the United States, WWE Network is available everywhere else, including, I guess, Canada. Because I guess some people in Canada do watch my videos on occasion. But with that being all said, thank you all very much for watching. Enjoy WrestleMania. I certainly hope that Roman wins, so that way we can have a Drew McIntyre storyline down the line. So, thank you for watching. Enjoy WrestleMania.